CD here. All the information's on it. If I gave it to you, would you pop it into your car and your computer? Would you listen to it? Yeah. All right, when do you think you could do it for sure? I can do it on the way home. So if I called you later on tonight, you've done it? Yeah. All right, what's the best number and time for me to call? I write it down. If you do this properly, you will almost never get objections. Almost never. Let me put it to you this way. I go to David. Try and give me an objection. Ready? Okay. All right. And try and make it feel as natural as you can. David, listen, I don't have a lot of time. I only have a few minutes, but I'm glad I caught you. I've always respected you in business. You have an opportunity, you have an ability to see things that other people can't even see. And I've run across something I'm really excited about, but I want to get your expert view. It's all here on a DVD. And the DVD explains it kind of A to Z, right? Way better than I could. If I gave you this DVD, do you think you could watch it?
Well, possibly.
Possibly?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste mine. If you can see it for sure, then great. I'll give it to you. If you can't see it, then we'll just move on.
I'm really kind of tied up for the next week and a half. I'm not sure if I can get to it or not.
David, I don't care when you see it.
Okay.
So, but if I gave it to you, would you eventually watch it?
Eventually I could get to it.
All right, great. When do you think you could see it for sure? For sure. Be as comfortable as you can be.
Probably a week from Saturday.
Week from Saturday. Fantastic. So if I call you a week from Sunday, you'll have seen it for sure, right?
Yeah, should be.
Well, you want to give it a few more days just so we're absolutely sure we won't waste each other's time?
Yeah, let's give it 2 more days.
All right. So if I call you a week from, or 2 weeks from Wednesday, for sure, it'll be done, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. So what's the best number and time for me to call? I get the time, I get the number, here it is, I got to go.
So does it matter if it's that long now?
I don't care. He could tell me he's going to watch it in 2012 on January 14th. So if I say, okay, so if I call you in 2012 on January 15th, you'll have seen it for sure, right?
But then, when you do call him back on that date and time, he's pretty much seen it?
Well, for the most part.
Okay.
I will tell you, if you do this properly, was there a place where it was comfortable to throw in an objection there?
Yeah, when you asked me about when I could get
When, but would it have been comfortable to say, tell me more about it?
That would have been earlier on.
I didn't give you a chance. I set it all up. I said all the answers are here. If I would you. Well, tell me more about it. Well, this can do it better than I can, David. That's why I'm giving it to you. It's going to save us both a lot of time. You can hear from people who are way more expert than I am. See what I mean? Yeah.
The when.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've heard of other approaches that might ask how soon.
Pardon me.
Instead of when, it's how soon could you do this? How soon could you do this? Do you think that's semantics?
I wouldn't say how soon. I wouldn't say how soon. What I want to do is if I do this properly, I go to Philip. Philip, if I give this to you, will you watch it?
Yes.
He said yes once. When do you think you could see it for sure? On the way home. He said the time he was going to do it. Now his word is on the line twice. So if I called you later on tonight, you'll have seen it for sure, yeah? Yep. That's the third time. So what's the best number and time for me to call? And I get the number and time. He has now built a box that he has to live in. I didn't pressure him one time. I have professionally set up an appointment with him. Now when I call, if he doesn't take the call, he's kind of a jerk. You know what I mean? Versus chasing somebody, bothering somebody. You see what I'm saying? You get this? I wouldn't. The question was, if you said something a week out, should the night before you should remind them of your appointment? Just put it in your calendar. I'm supposed to call so-and-so at 1 o'clock a week from Wednesday. You're almost never going to get that long. Typically, when you do this invite properly, people are going to say sometime in the next 72 hours. And here's what's going on in their brain. If I say, Mitch or Mitchell? Mitch. If I say, Mitch, listen, there's a DVD I really want you to watch. Will you watch it?
Sure.
All right, and I give him the DVD. What are the chances he's going to watch it? Really low. Really low. I give it to him. It goes into the side of the car. It goes into the stack of stuff. There's no deadline. There's no timeline. His word isn't on the line. But now, think about this emotionally if I'm giving this to you. If I give it to Mitch and I say, Mitch, if I give this to you, will you watch it? He says yes. Sure, yeah. He's not committed yet. Second question, when do you think you could see it for sure? He goes, oh, internally. He goes, oh. I could see it by Wednesday. So if I call you Thursday, you'll have seen it for sure, yes? Now he's going, oh. All right, this is like, he's serious. Okay. What's the best number and time to call? I write down the time and number. I hand it to him, and it's like it's ticking. Tick, 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 tick. Thursday's coming. Tick, 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 tick. I told him I would. Tick, 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 tick. I gave him my word. He's going to be calling. I told him I would. Now it's on the top of the pile. Now it's going to bother him if he doesn't pop it in pretty quick. If it sits there, it's going to nag at him and nag at him and nag at him and nag at him until he pops it in and watches. Yes, Simon.
That's the one happens before on Thursday,
I'll get to that.
and you get the voicemail.
I'll get to that. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
What if you want to use this technique to represent to someone you've already
I'll talk to you about how to use the same technique on how to represent to somebody that you've already prospected.
What happens to me is that people say, well, I'm not sure when I have time to watch, but give to me and I will give you a call when I've watched it.
Okay, he says people will say, give it to me and I'll give you a call when I've watched it. They want to take control. Okay? No problem. You have the choice. I go to Ronald and I say, Ronald, I've got all, I go through the invite, etc. All the information is on this DVD. If I give it to you, will you watch it?
Well, I'm really interested,
Great.
but I'm not sure when I have time to watch it.
But he's not sure when he's going to have time to watch it. Hey, listen, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste mine. I just want to make sure if I give it to you that you're going to watch it.
Okay, well, I will watch it.
All right, great. He said, okay, I will watch it. So when do you think you could see it for sure?
Well, I'm not sure, really busy next week, but I think between now and 2 weeks. Then
Not sure, really busy, sometime between now and 2 weeks.
I will have time, I think.
Let's do this. As professionals, let's not waste each other's time. Why don't you set a time for sure that you'll have seen it? Can you think of that time in your mind?
Well, I think between now and 2 weeks, I have watched it.
Okay, so between now and 2 weeks, he thinks he'll watch it. So if I call you 2.5 weeks from now, you'll have seen it for sure, correct?
Well, perhaps it's better if I call you when I've watched it.
Perhaps it's better if you call me and say, listen, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste yours. I don't want to chase anything around. I just want to know a time. Let me know the time. I'll give you the DVD and we'll move on. I'm not going to give him the DVD unless he gives me a time. Really?
feeling really uncomfortable.
No, I'm telling you, I'm in control. This is my opportunity. I have the gift.
I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
No, I'm not being unreasonable in anything that I'm asking.
Yeah, I've done this, and I complied. I gave him the DVD.
Don't ever give the DVD. No, no, no. Hey, let me ask you how that worked out for you. Still never heard back. I'm telling you. So, but here's the thing. I'm not saying be a jerk about it. I'm saying being professional about it. Be a professional that says, look, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste yours. I don't want to chase you around. I don't want to wait for your call. I'm just, look, if I give it to you, will you watch it? That's all. Yeah. Yes? Is there any difference between this and face-to-face? There's no difference at all between this and face-to-face. I don't send them the link. I don't put anything in the mail. I don't do anything until I have a commitment for the next thing. Yeah. What are my numbers? What do you mean? Out of 10 CDs that have passed out, how many will view it? For me, it's 80 to 90% will view. Same things, if you do this process properly, just like I outlined it here, which is we're going to be practicing all afternoon, you'll have 80 to 90% will view it. 80 to 90, not 5 to 10 that you have right now. Even by email, it's less likely that they'll view the whole thing if it's a website because they get distracted, things happen, they'll watch partway through, whatever. It's harder for them to go through the whole thing than a physical tool, my personal experience. Like I say, you hit that 5-minute wall online. Overseas, listen, like I say, if I'm really prospecting somebody, if I can have a physical tool, that's always my first choice. Always my first choice. For speed, sometimes online stuff can work, but a physical tool just has a much more stickiness, much more focus, much more reality, feels real, much more real. Yeah. I'll get to there. I'll get to that in a second. Yep. How do I go from a telephone call to a face-to-face? You can either say, listen, I'll swing by your office. I'll meet you for coffee. I'll drop it in the mail. You'll have it tomorrow. I'll see you the next time we see each other or whatever. I mean, but you drop it in the mail or set up the time to meet them face-to-face and then hand off the tool and be done. Yeah. Yeah. What do you do if somebody says, no, I don't think so? It's almost never. Almost never does somebody say, no, I won't do it. If you do these 8 steps, almost never. Huh? If they say, is this MLM, we'll talk about objections in a second. If you do this properly, like I say, you're almost never going to get an objection because you're handing them the thing that's going to give them the exposure. You're making it very simple on them. You're not being hard on them. You're not tricking them. You're not taking them somewhere to lock the door.